Here we go. Hello, everybody. My name's Tom Firstill. I have a doctorate in the humanities from the University of Texas at Dallas, and I'll be your professor this semester in DBR200, entitled Happily Ever After. The course is a course that I inherited when I first began working at Lynn back in 2013, and I've been teaching it for the last 5 years, in which we examine a number of fairy tales and read some fairy tales, as well as reading a number of selections from philosophical, political, and literary tracts that are included in our DBR200 book. And so I wanted to just welcome you to the course, tell you a little bit about some of the main focus and the emphasis that I have for the class, whether you're taking it online or you're in person in one of the classrooms at Lynn. It's an interesting mix, I think, and in my syllabus I asked you to consider this idea that fairy tales are stories that we somehow outgrow. And as you all know from the popularity of stories like Cinderella and happily ever after stories that we read all the time, there's something about the nature of these kinds of stories that inspire us, give us hope, make us imagine worlds other than the world that we live in, and that these kinds of stories find their origins in myths and in folk and legend, different genres of kinds of stories that humankind, has told each other since the dawn of time. And so college is supposed to make us become critical thinkers if we're not already. And so this course is designed to increase your critical thinking skills, and especially focuses on your writing skills, your writing communications skills. And by this time you will have taken the DJC100, hopefully, which is the first writing-focused course in our core curriculum in the dialogues, which generally focuses on a couple or several modes of writing: exposition, persuasion, argumentation, analytic writing. This course combines all of those modes of writing and asks you to use it in a research project. And in the humanities, our research processes are similar to all sciences. They involve analytic processes, which are those kinds of processes where we define terms, we examine the underlying premises to any argument, any warrants that are being used. We examine evidence to find out if the evidence is reliable and substantive and so forth. We can apply those same kinds of critical tools then to analyzing stories like fairy tales. And so in this particular course, I've asked you to apply your research skills and write research about a particular fairy tale that caught your imagination perhaps when you were a child, perhaps still continues to catch your imagination. And this notion somehow that there is a happily ever after, for example, this kind of hope that we have, for our lives and for each other, to find love, to find fulfillment in our careers and professional lives as well as personal lives, sometimes can be construed as a kind of fairy tale. And so I'd like for us to take these stories seriously and have some fun doing it. Because a lot of our writing is done online, in our discussions, for example, a large portion of the course is also involved in discussing the readings. And so there I've asked you to read the readings. I'll help you with those the best I can in terms of understanding the readings. Some of them are quite difficult. They were difficult when they were written, and they continue to be difficult and challenging to scholars. That's why we continue to read literature, philosophy, politics, because these are the subjects that are arguable. They are not like some of our natural science topics that once their evidence has been established to an undeniable level of proof, that there's no point in arguing about it any longer. And so these subjects are timeless then. And so in our discussions, I'm going to ask you, since they're online, I'm going to ask you to include links to outside sources, include videos, images, graphic media, and so forth that will supplement your writing. And that is the primary focus of the course. The due dates are all listed. Generally speaking, assignments are due on Mondays, and then the assignment closes on Friday. So you have all semester to look ahead and see what's coming at you. And so I really ask you to be very diligent and persistent and consistent in your approach to the course. And if you do that, I'm sure you'll succeed very well. Throughout the course, what I'll do is I'll give you feedback in terms of exemplary responses to the various assignments. I love to call out my students when they do exceptionally fine work in response to different portions of the course, and so I'll try to do that throughout the semester, and I'll give you feedback as soon as you begin writing on your assignments to help guide you and direct you to successfully complete the course. I look forward to meeting you all, and the semester will be starting soon. Best luck, and see you soon. Bye.